A train derailing strikes a railroad bridge. It's time for another episode of Bells and Whistles. Hello everyone, Bill Wilson, Editor-in-Chief of Railway Track and Structures Media, with a look at the top news stories we were following the week ending February 4th. Balfour Beatty and Caltrain have successfully laid 3,092 foundations on the Caltrain electrification project, with the final foundation of the overhead catenary system set on Friday, January 28th. Balfour Beatty and Caltrain held an event this week at the site of the final foundation to celebrate the team reaching the significant milestone. The foundation phase of construction was highly complex due to much of the work taking place in a 150-year-old right-of-way with many unknown underground conditions. As part of the scope of work for this phase, the team rerouted utilities and solved other site condition challenges. Completing the foundation phase with the underground cleanup enables future phases of the above groundwork to advance with reduced complexity and challenges. The U.S. DOT's Federal Transit Administration announced that nearly $5 billion in the fiscal year 2022 transit formula funding is available to transit agencies, states, and tribal governments to support public transportation throughout the country. The funds were made available under the Further Extending Government Funding Act, which provides partial year spending authority through February 18, 2022. The amounts also include funding identified as advance appropriations in the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law for fiscal year 2022 for the State of Good Repair and the Enhanced Mobility of Seniors and Individuals with Disabilities formula programs. Full-year formula funding will be available once Congress passes a fiscal year 2022 appropriations bill. The saga of the Southwest Light Rail project in Minneapolis is looking more and more like a soap opera series. The Metropolitan Council has announced the line will not be ready to provide rides for passengers until 2027, and the final cost for the 14.5-mile-long route could be as high as $2.75 billion. On January 30th, State Senate Transportation Committee Chair Scott Newman and State Representatives John Petersburg announced they would favor freezing funds on the project until an audit is completed. Ranking Minority Transportation Committee member Senator Scott Dibble also is calling for a full audit, which could take up to a year to complete. Change orders continue to plague the project. Through mid-August 2021, a total of 461 change orders had been executed, costing an additional $203 million. However, the cost of the biggest change order linked to the Kenilworth Tunnel has not yet been negotiated. Railway Track and Structures magazine has a couple of videos to share this week. The first is on our visit to see construction progress of the Merchants Bridge in St. Louis. The second shows a derailed train striking a railroad bridge in Kansas City. Engineers deemed the span structurally sound after the accident, but workers were still making repairs on a bridge beam on February 4th. 6 cars left the track, but no injuries were reported. The Santa Fe Junction has been the site of 2 derailments in less than 2 years. You can see both videos on our website at www.rtnds.com. Well, that's a look at the top news stories we were following the week ending February 4th. For the latest news, go to www.rtnds.com. You can also find us on social media. We are on Facebook and Twitter. Have a great weekend, everyone.